What is up, everyone? We're live with the one and only Derek Smith. Derek, thanks so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
This is awesome. So first off, what got you started in arm wrestling? Was there someone who you looked up to? Like, who was your favorite arm wrestler?
Um, got me started in arm wrestling is just I was a professional video game player before this, so I
Yeah,
played Halo and stuff, MLG, and I was kind of getting a little bit out of that, like bored. And at a tournament in Vegas, someone had me arm wrestle some kid, and I was like 22, and he was like 15. He beat me. Turns out he was a professional arm wrestler, but I like never really arm wrestled before that. And so I kind of got like, I was like, I want to learn about this, and it became this thing for me where I just got like super addicted and decided just to switch into arm wrestling for some
yeah,
weird reason. And then I just had to network. But when I got started, there's very few like links. YouTube, there's only like, I swear there was 8 YouTube videos for arm wrestling total. Like it was really hard to find anything. And there's like one team in all of Southern California out in LA, which is a couple hours away. And it was just it was hard to get started. And I finally found a tournament near me. I drove out there. That's when I really met like actual arm wrestlers. And then I met Devin. And I would say Devin's always been my favorite arm wrestler. But before he got like super popular, right? He was like my favorite
yeah,
arm wrestler before he became this Devin. But because like I always sought out like taller, bigger guys to kind of learn from. And Devin was at the top of that food chain for tall guys.
yeah.
And I don't know, and he would always answer my questions. So I started messaging Devin like on month number 2 of me arm wrestling. And he's been talking to me for like 15 years. We've been anything,
Wow.
training questions and stuff like that. So I guess I'd have to say Devin, which I know is a pretty popular answer.
Yeah.
Well, you've been
Well,
arm wrestling for like 15 years then?
Yeah, about.
Dang. That's a while. It's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
I think most people's exposure is Devin. Like
Hmm.
my two big arm wrestlers when I first got into it was Devin and Jerry. Like those were just the WL videos I saw that got me into it. So
Oh, Jerry's great too. Yeah, he doesn't do a lot of YouTube though. You kind
no,
of find videos of Jerry.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've seen much of our channel, but we train with Jerry sometimes and we like try to get him to do stuff, but he's tough sometimes because he's always so busy with work.
Right.
We have the New England's arm wrestling tournament, which is one of the biggest ones on like the East Coast tomorrow. And I messaged him and I was like, "Are you coming?" He's like, "I'm in Chicago right now, so probably not." Come
Yeah.
on, Jerry.
I gripped up with Jerry one time, but I was like a year in. So I've never, but other than that, I've never arm wrestled Jerry, which I want to. I need to start getting ready for that. I need to start getting ready for Jerry. Well, because he throws something at you that like almost nobody else does. So you can train forever, and then all of a sudden never come across someone like Jerry, and then just be completely shocked by those angles and everything, So part of me really wants to at least practice them and kind of get a feel for, oh, okay, this is what he does, because I know it's gonna be very different than everybody else. So
Yeah, his pressure that he applies, it's just so different. So how I trained with him is I used 2 hands and 3 resistance bands, and he just went like this and just like pecked me to the pad. It was just I've never felt the pressure like that before. Like
yeah.
I'm holding with everything I have, and he can just go like that. It's so weird.
Yeah, even the people like I've talked like Travis and other guys about Jerry, and there's flop pressers, but Jerry pushes more at people, so he
yeah,
crowds you, and
Yeah.
so like that's like the big difference from everything I've been told over the years, and
Mhm.
so it's it's awkward for sure.
Well, if you're
What do you?
ever in Massachusetts or the Boston area, we could definitely try to set something up with that.
I need to come out there one day. I mean, I'm gonna have to cross that Jerry path if I plan to keep going up, so that's gonna have to happen at some point.
Yeah. Something I do really miss is like back in the WL days, we had all of those America versus America matchups. And like because right now East versus West is the biggest promotion, we don't see a lot of that, but I do kind of miss that. Like I would love to see Jerry and Michael go at it. Like I feel like that would be an extremely good match right now.
Yeah.
Or Jerry versus Devin or some of those. I kind of miss those days.
Yeah, I mean, and the trash talk is way better with that,
Yeah.
with the Americans
Yeah.
for sure. No translators, and then go quick with it. So I think entertainment value. Plus, we have crazy styles, with Michael or Jerry or and it's more all around in terms of that, like visually, I guess. So, yeah, I could see why the draw of having more Americans versus Americans for sure.
Yeah. So
So go ahead, Josiah.
we saw Jerry maybe a month ago. There, it was the Massachusetts State Championships, and he showed up at the end, and he was pulling some of the biggest guys, and he was like, "Yeah, I haven't been training at all." And it came out like a week later, he has a match against Vitaly. So he's an amazing arm wrestler, but he's pretty much coming off the couch for this. So it's not going to be like an easy task at all. What do you think about that matchup?
I favor Vitaly, but I don't know. I just think that the Euros and stuff that people have been facing Jerry, they've kind of simplified it a little bit. Not that it's easy, but simplified the ways to kind of isolate Jerry and not let him get his shoulder behind it a bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel that if Jerry gets in his spot in a match, I feel like he's in it with anybody. I'd be interested to see if Levon could let Jerry actually get into his spot and then just pull through or not, right? Because the whole thing is with any presser, really, though, is to not let them get in their position. Like you have to beat them at the center table. If they get behind it, then we're in a world of problems. So, but I feel like those top guys have been doing pretty good about keeping Jerry outside of that and keeping him outside his shoulder. And I don't see why, even though traditionally I was kind of interested in seeing Vitaly and Jerry, because big top roller versus flat presser. Flat presser is kind of designed to mess up a big top roller. But after seeing Jerry pull like Hermes and stuff, and I don't know, their ability to keep him out, I don't see why Vitaly won't be able to. I think I went over this in my podcast a couple weeks ago. I think I said it was 60-40 Vitaly in my head in this match.
Yeah. The one thing about Vitaly's style is he doesn't have the same arm strength as Hermes and Levon. So I think Jerry might have a good chance against that. I would like to see how a low hand top roll goes up against a flop wrist press. But look, Vitaly's been training. He was ready for Devin, and Jerry's hasn't been training a ton. So that's definitely an advantage for Vitaly.
Okay.
But it would be so disappointing if Vitaly lost. Then Devin would just be like, "I don't even want to pull you." That would be disappointing.
No matter what, we still have to see Devin and Vitaly. Like that has to happen. And I want to see Devin and Morzov as well. I've always wanted to see that.
Yeah.
So
Morzov's pretty hurt right now, though, right?
Yeah, he's always hurt. They're all always hurt. I don't know, but at some point, when they're all healed up and everybody's ready to go,
when the stars align.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd kind of like to see Jerry versus Camille, because just two guys who flop wrist press go against each other.
God, the world would explode, man.
Right?
That sounds but I think Camille's better left-handed than right-handed, right? So I think, I mean, Jerry should win that. But then again, back in the day against like Travis and Devin, Jerry's kryptonite was somebody else that went shoulder forward and kind of chopped into him. But Camille flops, so I don't know if Camille would maintain his wrist, because they were chopping in like this with their wrist, like a shoulder roll. So I don't know if Camille could do that with Jerry.
So you mentioned that Jerry is one of your goals. How do you see your trajectory? Because you obviously just you killed Sarah Brown. I think people were.
That was a really close match.
I think people were like, "Oh, Derek isn't good anymore. He's washed." And then you came in, and you're like, "No, I'm still one of the big guys here."
Yeah, I mean, my progression right now, I'm trying to keep it real simple. I'm trying to stay in the United States. I don't know exactly what number I'd like to get to, but I'm just kind of focusing on the rankings and just climbing the rankings. I look at it's a pretty short list, and just moving up slowly but steady. I feel like previously I beat Tom Nelson, I beat Tim Bresnan. When I beat Tim Bresnan, it put me on some list, right? I was they put me at number 12 in the world. I became number 5, I think it was, in North America. And videos start coming out as Derek Smith, the next Levon. And it threw me heavily in the deep end. All of a sudden, I'm having serious conversations with Engin Terzi, often. And so I start getting these offers, because my name in that sense, at that moment, was kind of newer, exciting, up-and-coming American, which everybody's hungry for, an exciting, up-and-coming, super heavyweight American, because that's a really slow name list, right? It doesn't move very often. And so when you get offered a match from Ang and Terzi or anybody, at high level, you say yes. They say you want to pull Levon tomorrow, you say yes, let's do it. You're gonna say no, right? And so I kind of, and nothing against Engen, I'm not saying he was trying to set me up with bad matches intentionally. I think he was just like, oh, okay. The first one with Morozov, he's like, we don't know how strong he is. No one really knows how strong you are because you handled Tim Bresnan. Let's throw you together. And I had I think it was less than a month prep for that one. And I was like, okay, that was a bad decision. And so, but over the course of since then, I feel like a lot of my matches were me just saying yes to promoters because I was like, okay, you're a big name. That's a big promotion. I want to be on it. Yes. I never had any interest in arm wrestling Matt Mask, who's a weight class below me. I never had any interest in arm wrestling Travis Bagent left-handed. I don't really care about left hand, and all my matches. I don't know if any of those would have been my idea. I would have sought those out, for the most part.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to more control. I'm not trying to dodge anybody, but I'm trying to baby steps forward, and then if I hit a wall or hit the ceiling to kind of reevaluate and stuff, and just kind of control my career path a little more rather than just saying yes to whatever I get offered. And just stay training and stay focused, keep my head down and just keep moving forward. Cause I always went up and down with the training. So that being said, it's just going with the rankings. So I think right now I'm ninth. And then, Chance, and I'm not counting Chance. Then after that was, Tim Bresnan, Austin Jaggers, 6th, Corey's 5th. And then the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that have been there for 40 years. Jerry, Dave, Michael, and Devin. So, but Dave might be going down to the next weight class below on the rankings. I don't know if he's going to stay on that, but I still want to pull with Dave. I feel like pulling with Dave because it still holds merit to even go arm wrestle Todd Zilla, right? Yeah. He beat Chance. He beat Corey West as a lighter weight, right? Or as a heavyweight. So I think that that still means something, still pulling Dave, because I've been pretty vocal about me wanting to have a match with Dave to kind of test myself before I go back overseas. I don't necessarily want to become number 1 and beat Devin in this phase. I want to be able to hang with Dave Chafee is what I've been saying. I want to be able to, even if it's just a practice, I don't care. I just want my strength level to be comparable to Dave. So I'm not saying I need to beat Dave. I just want to hang him up, get some stops, and be okay, I'm in it. I'm around that level. And then I'll start looking overseas again, right? And so I'm just baby steps till I get there is the plan.
That makes sense. So how did your match with Tom Nelson that's going to be coming up again, how did that happen? Did you already pull him previously?
Yeah, I pulled Tom 4 or 5 years ago for number 1 in California. I beat him 3-0 super convincingly. But Tom is Tom. I love Tom to death, but he'll just never stop. Even if when we have this match and I beat him, he's going to start calling me out within a month again for another match. He'll never stop. So California made this rule with the rankings that if I'm not competing or taking matches in California, that they'll take the ranking from me, which makes sense if I was dodging people. But I've had one person call me out in 5 years, and it's Tom Nelson. He'll just never stop calling me out. He's just going to keep calling me. So they're like, Derek, you have to arm wrestle. I'm like, nobody will call me out. No one has offered to match me right-handed in California in 5 years besides Tom. And so I'm like, okay, people, and I don't even know if people want to see it. We're gonna do it, and I'll have my people there. It's local, but yeah, it was just basically if you want to stay on the rankings, you have to pull Tom. Okay, then we'll pull Tom again. That's about it. I mean, we'll see. I hope. I told Tom, I hope you're actually training this time. Please train. Please make this a better match than it was, because I'm training and I'm a lot stronger than I was the first time we pulled. So please, please be ready, right? So I'd love to have a really close rivalry with Tom, especially if he's gonna call me out. I'll call him back out if he beats me somehow, and it'll be fun. But it's kind of boring. I haven't really arm wrestled in California right-handed in 4 or 5 years. So I'm only doing super matches, so it's just kind of been stagnant a little bit.
No, it's a super fun match. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I didn't even know Tom Nelson was active or pulled. I haven't seen him do anything in 10 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of shit talking for sure.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
I always see his comments on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, he can't help himself.
We have a question in the chat. Who would you rather pull in a match, Chance Shaw or Robert Oberst? Oh, no. Brian Shaw or Robert Oberst.
Who would I rather pull in a match? Well, I'm friends with Brian, and so people always, ask if I want to pull him. I'm not really interested in pulling him. I'm really excited for Brian's progression. I don't really look at him as an opponent. Not that he's like not worthy or not going to be worthy, but I don't know. I don't really want to be a hurdle or whatever in his progression because he's my friend.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd be closer to pulling Robert Oberst in that sense. Now, in terms of like, I am really excited about Robert. I think Robert is looking great. And I think for his first match, he looked fantastic. We got to talking afterwards, and he's like all in. He had him on Instagram. We've talked a few times, but he seems like he really, really likes this. So that's exciting, right, for Robert to get into this. And hopefully he just keeps going with it and doesn't get injured and he's getting the right guidance wherever he's at, But yeah, I guess I'd have to say Robert because Brian's my boy.
Yeah, I don't think it would even be a match for either of those guys. I'm pretty sure you'd kill both of them.
They're getting strong. I haven't pulled Brian in a while. I don't know where he's at. And people make really fast gains, in the first like year and stuff, while just learning how to arm wrestle and all the things like that. So it's been a while. And Brian's definitely no slouch. I would hopefully I'm still the favorite, but I honestly like if he stays at it, doesn't get injured, and just keeps training the right way, 2 or 3 years, man, he's wherever he wants to go.
I think in the Reddit he'd probably be the favorite.
Yeah.
So talking about training with Brian, Sarah Brown mentioned that you didn't want to grip up with him and all that. Like, was that real or was that just made up drama?
That might be real in his head, in his brain. Like, I don't know, man. It was not a thing for me. Like, to me, right? I'm messaging Brian. He wants to fully do this, So I'm like, okay, let me find you a local team, right? I'll message all the people in your area, and I'll put together a squad, and I'll have them meet up with me when I fly out there that day, and we'll have a practice. You meet your local team. These are the guys you'll be talking to every week. And so I messaged some guys out there, and my buddy Wes Bjornson, who was one of my closest friends, and Wes, we kind of formulated a little team. I'm like, cool, have them meet me over there. And Saray was on the list. Oh, cool, another super heavyweight. To me, that's it. Just Saray. I've seen Saray online before. Okay, cool. And just have him going. Nothing in terms of me and Saray. I wasn't viewing Saray as a rival competition. I had no feelings or thoughts on his level or anything like that at all because I'm here for Brian. I'm focusing on Brian. Cool, we got some guys. I'm training with Brian. That's all that's going through my head. So they come over and we do the introductions and we have a practice, and all I'm staring at is Brian. And okay, and then let's have you come over and do this. Okay, now grab him like this, and I'm just kind of helping run the practice. I feel like a couple of guys were like, "Hey, Derek, can we grip up?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," but I'm still like looking at Brian. But I'm like, "Yeah, so I'm wrestling these guys, and I'm just there for Brian. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing." And apparently, somewhere in there was a guy in the background, just like just, you know what I mean? Like I had no idea. I was so focused on what I was doing. I had no idea. I didn't know about this until like months afterwards when I started hearing rumors about this. I was like dodging him. I didn't what? Like I wasn't viewing Saray as like my rival or any on my level. I wasn't viewing him as on my level, and not like intentionally, but retrospectively, it wasn't. I wasn't looking at him like that. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
When he brought that up during the press conference, the look on your face, and I was just like, "What? Like, what is he talking about?"
Well, it's weird because you ever find out like someone has a problem with you and you had no idea. You're like, what is going on? So
I
weird.
think it was great though to like promote the match. I thought it was awesome. And then you were just like, "Oh, I didn't even think of you on my level." I was like, "Damn."
I've been doing it a long time. He's been there like 2 years. I mean,
yeah.
And he wasn't at the time. He wasn't on the rankings at the time. He didn't have any like really big credible wins that I knew of at least. And so all those things together, I just wasn't really thinking about Saray. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you said that Chance Shaw isn't really on your list for the top 10. Would you still pull him though in a match?
I wish Chance was here. If Chance wants to, we can dance for sure. But it's not really. We've talked, and like Chance is one of my closest friends as well in arm wrestling, and it's just we wanted to rise. Originally, we were like, hey, let's just climb the ranks together. More side by side than in each other's way, and it was kind of like we'll race you to the top type of thing. Not trying to trip each other up. So never super focused on it or anything like that. Plus, like I'm pretty bad in terms of like I'll fall off training for a couple months, and this Chance is just like oh, I haven't trained in 2 years. Okay, I'm back. Like he stops arm wrestling and then
Yeah.
starts arm wrestling. I never stop. I'm like I dial it down and up. He like stops. So I don't know right now. I don't think he's training at all. I don't think he has been for like a year because he had a kid and all this stuff. Married.
We actually did a live stream with him and Brad Grundy a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
and he said he's like doing a little bit now, just like a little bit.
When I talked to him on the phone, I get a whole different answer. He's like, "Bro, I haven't arm wrestled or done lifts in like 2 years."
He said he did a whole 15 minutes like a couple weeks ago on
with
the
Brad, and then he left.
Yeah. But it would be a ton of fun. Don't get me wrong. If I had a match chance, there'd be so much, crap talking between me and him because he's one of my closest friends. So
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
What
So we
would
have a
you think?
question in
Someone
the
just
chat.
asked, about Philip
good.
Larson. What would you think of a match with him?
So I've gotten that question a lot, obviously, right? Gigantic dude, big beard, and all the things. Philip is amazing. Really cool dude. Got to hang out with him in Colorado for a while. And we've been talking for like a year and a half online. Super nice. I would, eventually at some point, I would definitely want to pull Philip. Right now, the match was tomorrow. Yeah, I'd probably say Philip's a favorite. Now, other people think Philip is like a hands down favorite over me. I'm not that convinced, but he has been training really hard for consistently longer than me lately, and so he's like. But to me, in my eyes, it's like right there, not insurmountable. But he's a big dude, and the way he arm wrestles though is similar in a lot of respects to the way I try to arm wrestle. The things he focuses on and worries about in a match are similar to the things I focus on and worry about. And but he's a big dude. I have no plans immediately. Like I said, I plan to stay in the United States and do those matches for a while. But internationally, yeah, I mean, there's a few people that I want to pull internationally that I think are at a really good level, but not where I was at, not the pool I was trying to swim in before, right, with Morzov and them, but, really good level. So like Rijkaard, Borneman, Philip Larson, Mindaugas Dolskis, like guys like that I think are a little bit right below that level, or at least not, and that's not a knock on them. I think they're getting there, but I don't think they're at the Morzov level is, I guess, my point.
Yeah.
So those are guys that once I leave the United States, those would be the first few guys. Those types of names, maybe guys at that level, I'd be looking to have a match with for sure. Right? I just want to win. The first time I leave next time I leave the United States for international match, I plan to win and be dominant is the plan. Right? So, but yeah, Philip's on that list. Love that dude. He's great.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of a TFCC injury, I know, on the right hand, so he is working through that. He's not really training his right now because of that.
Oh, all right.
So, someone did say, James Clark said, the only requirement for you to pull Philip would be grow your beard to the same length first.
All right, that's how I gotta do. That's pretty easy.
It would only take like a year, right?
Yeah. Hopefully not.
What did you think of his performance against Matt Mask at the tournament?
Super dominant, right? Yeah. He's like, it was funny because I talked to him beforehand about the match and stuff and what his plan was going to be, and he went with a whole different game plan, right? He said he said he was going to do exactly what I attempted when I pulled Matt, right? And it didn't work out for me, my game plan, and but instead he ended up. He said he was going to go high and sideways and control Matt's hand. But he didn't. When they said go, Philip dropped that angle and pulled back at least like the first round and like out low hand Matt, which is what Brad Grundy did when he beat Matt. And that was my plan B for how I wanted to beat Matt. But by the time I tried to get there, I was too damaged. By the time I tried to try that, I couldn't do it anymore. So, but yeah, he did what Brad did and it works out great. Right. So credit to him. It was a fantastic adjustment. But yeah, I mean, I would like to run it back with Matt at some point. Like I said, he's a heavyweight, so I don't like chasing a heavyweight that's not even in my weight class. No disrespect to Matt. I'm just saying purely look at the list. Just not on the list.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, I do want that win back. I do want to get a lot of my wins back. Actually, I've been trying to get a match with Austin Jaggers. We've kind of been talking to promoters to kind of get that one back. And then at some point, Matt, I'll never try to get the John win back. John can take that win. I had that match with John Brzezinski a long time ago. He can have that. But yeah, the other guys, Morzov, Ravaz, I would like to get to the point of having those matches back for sure. And Travis can have that left-handed one. I don't care about that either.
Maybe you match with Pavlo at some point.
Pavlo. Yeah. Is he? Oh, he's ranked as a super heavyweight now, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's right.
I think
He's right behind me in the right hand, and is he number one? No, what? He's high up there, left-handed, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
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 pretty
he's high
high.
at lefty.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It's just I'm so trying to climb right now. Not that I'm like not acknowledging, because there's guys like Wallace Dilly, right? Who knows
Yeah.
where that guy should be? Like, should he be like second in the United States? I don't even know. That guy's a
Yeah.
monster, but he's ranked like 2 or 3 behind me, but I know he should be somewhere in there.
He's very
So a
good.
lot. I put in my head, he's like, I want to see him and Corey pull, pretty bad.
Mm.
I think that would be an awesome match. But Wallace looks like a freak who's ranked way lower than he should be for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll cross that path. But yeah, Pablo's amazing as well. He just got injured at the Colorado thing, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was too
Or
bad.
was it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it was
it's Colorado. He
Colorado.
pulled lefty at Chicago, and he won. And then
Yeah,
he
that's
got
right.
hurt against Rickard Borman. I do think Corey right hand is definitely reachable for you. Like if that happened right now, like I feel like you would almost be the favorite because I feel like Corey's left, of course, is really good, but his right, he hasn't really done much with that. He even lost to John Brzenk, and like John's amazing.
Even
John's
He
amazing,
even
but
lost to John.
Corey's like 200 pounds heavier than him. You at least have the frame and the
Jeez.
size.
That's John Brzenk. I went and pulled the John like 5 months ago, 6 months ago. I was out there.
Yeah.
And I get some table time with him, and he's still so strong. I just have to like. There's very specific ways you have to pull John now at this age for where with his injuries now. There's specific things that it changes the whole game. But if at any point you try to contain John Brzenk's pronation, good, you're going for a ride. You're going for a ride. Like it's weird. It's hydraulic. You'll feel everything else as give and move, and then when he starts doing that, it's just like robotic. When he starts doing that, it just rolls out. It's like built into him. It's weird. So just don't hold on to him. That's the only rule. Just go. Just don't try to contain that, and you'll do a lot better.
Do you think he's gonna come back for a couple matches soon?
I don't know. I don't think John will ever like fully get out of the sport. You know, it's he's so does Oates here. I don't think he's super in love with it in the game and all that stuff. I think he's just so used to it. I think it's a habit thing, right? I think he's comfortable in arm wrestling. So I think, it's cool. Get this little trip, take me around the world. I don't got to pay for it. I'll make some money, and just have fun with it, which is good. I'm happy he's at a point where he's just enjoying it. He's not kind of doing things that make him hate it, just kind of at his own leisure, have a fun match. People will pay for it. People want it, so that's cool for him. But yeah, I don't think he'll ever stop all the way.
Yeah. Are you interested in any lefty matches, or you're just focused on the right hand?
I'm down for whatever. I just don't really care about my left arm. It's ranked 10th right now on the in the hook rankings, but it's like I train them both. The right hand is still a good amount stronger in the gym. I'm right-handed, and the left has some pre-existing injuries that never healed. Like I have some areas and angles and things I just can't do, and I haven't been able to do them for like 5 years. And so if I come across like people that have very specific styles, then I do great against them. But if I come across some other dudes that arm wrestle a different way, I am like the worst. So like I knew last time I pulled Austin Jagger's left-handed, I knew I was going to lose. I told him exactly how the match was going to go. I said, I'm going to take your hand, and then you're going to get weird with it, and you're going to pin me. I won't be able to pin you. And that's exactly what happened. The Travis one, Travis's style is a style I like. I would like to pull left-handed that way, but it's Travis, and he's such a cheater. You watch the match, it's so funny. He's like, he had me. I think we were over his elbow pad. Like I was so opened up, and he was so vertical and pulling back. Like but that's Travis, whatever. But yeah, I generally like to pull top rollers left-handed, and I do really well. So it kind of depends on who I pull. But yeah, I'm down. I don't really care about it too much. So I'll even throw it in tournaments. Whatever.
What do you think about a potential match with Nick Stone, lefty?
I think he'll beat me. I'm down. I think he's a pretty heavy favorite. Nick's a monster for sure. A lot of respect to Nick. I don't know if I don't know if my left has enough stability to handle Nick, but I'm down to find out. I just generally if I say someone's a favorite, then I don't know what I'd be able to do with that.
Yeah,
we should have pulled last time I saw him. But I think I saw him because the first time we did the Shaw Classic matches, I got Nick a match there, and so we were hanging out then. But I think is that the one where he got hurt? No, he hurt the other guy. I think it was. Is that what it was? I forget, man. Anyway, Nick's great, and he'll probably beat me. But I'm down if someone really wants to set that up, and I'll train and try my best for sure.
Well, we train with Nick and Jerry have like a practice together, and we go there sometimes. So we're actually doing our own super match card. We're trying to get some of the New England guys, but for our next one, we're trying to get like all of North America. So we're looking at a lot of different people. For this one, we got Bill Sinks on the card, the nice WAL legend against Frank Hurst. So I think that's like a nice OG like WAL match.
Yeah.
But we were talking to like Chance and Brad, and like I'm sure we could get Nick and you on the card or something like that if you were ever interested. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it works out, Nick wants to do it. What's he ranked? He's ranked above me, I think, left-handed. I think he's like top 10 somewhere. I think I'm 10th. But yeah, I mean, I'm down if he wants to left-handed. That's cool.
Yeah, so Nick like wants to be on our card. This is our second super match card we're putting on. It's in December, and like we just can't find anyone for him like locally because he's just way better than everyone. So we have to look like elsewhere. Chance said he kind of wants to go against him, or Brad said he'll go against him as well.
Wait, Chance will go against Nick left-handed?
Right-handed.
Chance.
I was about to say Chance left-handed.
No.
Yeah, and then. Who did Brad say he might go against? Was it James Clark?
James Clark, yeah.
Yeah.
Brad's amazing. Such a great arm wrestler.
He really is.
And then I was trying to set up Ryan SB because that's who Nick wanted to pull, but Ryan said he's like cutting to 270 for some match for like some event, and he didn't want to be that small, and I was like, all right. But
everyone has said no to the Nick matches we've offered because he wants a match on our card, but everyone's kind of scared of him. So.
Oh no, I'll pull Nick. I just my left is just not what my right is. So but yeah, I'm down.
Is December too soon for you, or would you want more time? December 6th.
Oh, I have my match. My match with Tom Nelson is December 7th.
Oh, right, you're on that one. Chris Kringle.
We can try to set it up for the next one, like in the spring or something, if you are interested in that.
Or, I mean, you could give us the list of people you want on right hand, and we could reach out, Austin Jaggers or whoever you want.
I want the next step to be Austin. And so I've been talking to Robert Kelly, and he has a match. I told him I would like the idea of around the end of January time-ish. And so I was kind of looking for something, and Robert says he has one around the end of January in Austin's neck of the woods too. So we're trying to make that work, but just trying to figure out the money thing and sponsors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully I can beat Austin. I told him that this one has to be regular rules. Because last time I didn't know it was running fouls until 20 minutes before the match. It was funny because I'd been telling people and that's my fault. But I'd been telling people leading up to it, as long as this isn't a match of endurance, I'm good. I'm really strong, but man, I'm so out of breath. I'm so out of shape, but I'm really one rep really strong right now. And right when I heard it was running fouls, I was like, oh no. And so I went up 2-0 and I think I pinned him 5 times, but then foul, restart, foul or whatever it was. And so then finally on the 6th time, you got to stop. And I just felt my inner elbow just draining. And I was like, no. And he was just like, I'm like, no. And I just couldn't. And then after that, I was done. I had nothing left and I lost 3-2. It's so annoying because I felt like I was for sure the stronger guy at the beginning. And then I just faded. So this time I was like, all right, straight up WAF or East versus West rules, no running fouls, crap. All right, fat. I need my time to rest.
Yeah.
So hopefully it changes.
What's the favorite promotion you've ever been a part of? Has it been East versus West? Is it?
Well, I was there from the beginning with East versus West. The crowdfunding very first event, I was helping out with Eng and everything like that. So kind of watching it grow in a sense. I have I'm part of it, right? So it's kind of partly my baby in my head a little bit. I got to watch it grow. So that's always has its place in my heart for sure. And seeing where it's gone. But so that was amazing. The Brian Shaw thing was really cool. And that was just the beginning
Was.
because
Yeah.
like they're still figuring it out. But as an athlete, like Brian, because I went there before and we had the super matches with Nick Stone and all those guys, and I watched what Brian. We only had 3 super matches, I think it was, and but Brian took care of them, paid for all their flights, everything like that, got them their rooms. They had, when you get to the room, he got them free bags and stuff, swag bags, and you check in the room, you have meals. He has his like trifecta meals put in your room for you and stuff like
Oh
that.
wow.
Like everything is you're just taken care of at a really high level. And so I was expecting that for this one, and he came through with like 35 arm wrestlers all got taken care of at a level, and I think that moving forward, I think whatever Brian does, if it continues to merge with East versus West or he does his own thing, I think whatever Brian throws is going to be really awesome because he's just a big proponent of taking care of athletes from strongman. That's his whole thing. Like he was tired of going to events and the athletes not being taken care of as an athlete himself. And so it's very important to him to take care of all the athletes at his event. And it shows like he's whatever anybody needs. And so I think that's really awesome. I think that as an athlete, that'd probably be my favorite place to go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what my experience was as just a fan. Like that was the best quality pay-per-view with like the announcing was spot on, the camera work, like everything was just crisp. And then I heard Toddzilla give that same review. He was like, we had candy bars, we had free drinks. He was like, this is awesome. Like, yeah, he just cares, which is great.
And they give like, you can be spending money right when you show up. They're like, all right, this is just for food for the next couple of days. And there's a free buffet. Yeah, free buffet at the hotel, every morning and stuff like that. They took us out to a full barbecue buffet dinner, all the athletes one night, and it's just like, it's kind of whatever you want, man. It's great.
Yeah, Brian was telling a story of one of the strongest man on earth that they were at. Him and Eddie were at it, and literally like the food they were serving them was like absolutely rancid, and anyone who had it was just like throwing up and had diarrhea and all of this stuff. And like he like found one place that like just cooked burgers like this I think it was in China, and he just found somewhere and he had someone go who could translate, and all he ate were these like burger patties every day. Like that is so and these guys even more than arm wrestling need food because they're doing these full body things. It's multiple days, multiple events, and like having that experience, I'm sure he was like, I'm never letting this happen to any of my athletes. So that's great to hear. He takes care of everyone.
Exciting, and I hope he stays in it. And Brian's having fun with it. I mean, he won his match, so I can't imagine him stopping soon. I don't know who's next. I wonder who's next guy is going to be. Who he's going to go after? I have no idea.
I mean, Brandon Allen's no joke. Like,
really
he's. I mean, is Brandon Allen ranked like in super heavyweights? I don't even know.
I don't think so.
I imagine he can't be like much lower than top 20. Like.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I wouldn't. If he's not on the list, then he's like right outside of it for sure.
Yeah.
I don't. Who would you guys like to see Brian pull next?
I feel like he's gonna be very ambitious and he's gonna take a big match. That's just my thoughts because I know him and how driven he is. And then he beat an actual arm wrestler, like a very technical arm wrestler. So I'm sure his confidence is like through the roof right now, as it should be. He looked great.
I think Brian is very careful. He's very, very careful with his career, his name, and where it goes and what he does. He doesn't just blindly say yes to everything. I think that it'll be more of a careful step. I think it'll be someone, I would expect someone like 15th through 20th, who is an arm wrestler for sure. But he also needs to pick somebody with a name. So he'll pick someone that has to bring a draw. If it's somebody that no one's ever heard of or like does no media at all, it probably won't be them. So yeah, I'd have to look at that list and see who's on there, who's kind of pushing things. Yeah, I'd be interested to see. It's not a super big list, that's for sure.
What do you think about someone like Leonidas?
That could be interesting. I don't know if Leonidas is even training arm wrestling right now, but I haven't felt Brian, so it's hard to say, because I was training with Larry before he went out there and did that, and I still like that blew my mind, kind of. I was training with Larry, and I pulled Leonidas. Like, I went to East versus West. Me and Leonidas gripped up, and it was bad for Leonidas. And then I came home, pulled Larry, and Larry felt 3 times as strong as Leonidas. It wasn't like even close. And I was telling Larry, I go, oh, and they had to match in like 2 months after that. And I was like, dude, I'm telling you, like, you can beat Leonidas. But I told Larry, I was like, I don't know how to word this. I want to be there with you as your coach, as the guy overseeing all this. Like, get me to that match because you need someone in your corner that knows you and knows arm wrestling to like. And when I watched that match, I was just pulling my hair out, watching Larry get screwed over in the straps, watching him just stay with them. Like, he's just letting them do whatever they want, starting with his palm turned up. And I was like, no. And so I know he took it as, oh, I'm just too weak, you know, whatever. But like, I don't see it that way. I saw it as just adjustments, and I felt Larry and I felt Leonidas like Larry definitely could have won that. And still in my mind, I think it was just technical errors. So that was frustrating. But is Brian now stronger than Larry was? Larry was so strong. By the time he left, I for sure top 3 in California, top 3 or 4 already right-handed. And that was like what 3 years of not even consistent arm wrestling training, doing other things and dabbling in arm wrestling. Like, man. But yeah, so maybe I just have to feel Brian. I don't know where he's at because, like I said, he's been growing, I'm sure, rapidly. I don't know where he's at compared to Larry. I have to feel that.
I mean, I kind of agree with what you're saying, Derek. Like, I don't think he's gonna go against like Wallace or like Nick Stone or like anyone really like that. Brandon Allen made sense because like he has the powerlifting background. So I mean, maybe someone like Nick Stone, even, but I just don't think he's known enough. So that's why I think Leonidas maybe because Leonidas is pretty popular in Germany.
Right.
So I don't really know anyone in the top 15 that's like social media famous. I mean, I think of you to be honest, like, but I know you and Brian might not have as much of a match. I don't know if you'd want to do that right now.
All right, hold on, I'm looking at the list. Okay, so 11th, Pork Chop. 12, Josh Bellin, the Canadian guy that's crazy strong right-handed. 13th, Mega Mike. 14th, Wallace Dilly, who should be way higher than that. Saray Brown, 15th. Wayne Withers, 16th. Dustin Tomlinson, I'm not sure who that is, 17th. Sonny Gay, 18th. Daniel Fenton, 19th. And Alex Cartwright, 20th. From those names,
Wayne Withers?
Wayne, number 16. That can make some sense. I can see that. And I think Wayne's name was on like a list at Brian's house for like the next phase. I can see that match. But Wayne doesn't draw a big name, but he has been around for a while, and his name, people know who he is for sure because he's been on some of the big cards. You know, that could be it. Unless he wants to go for Pork Chop.
I didn't know Pork Chop was ranked that high.
Yeah, number 11th right-handed.
I feel like that would be an awful match for Brian though, because Pork Chop has like a small thumb, a short arm. It's be very hard to hook Brian Shaw. Like,
I didn't know Pork Chop's 2 behind me. I didn't know that either. Like, he's only me, then Pablo, then Pork Chop.
Wow. I didn't think Pork Chop was that high.
Yeah, I feel like you would kill Pork Chop. It's just not a good match.
I'll saute that Pork Chop. No, I'm just kidding. Curtis is awesome. I'm just joking.
It's not a good match for him. Like, really tall, big frame.
I love hook pullers. I love hook pullers more than anything. It's my favorite to pull for sure.
Yeah. I just feel like that's not a good matchup for him, for either of you guys, you or Brian.
Well, at some point, I've been saying this for 15 years. At some point, I'm going to go out there to Devon's and visit and stay there for like a week or two, you know. And maybe, I don't know how far Pork Chop is away, but maybe we can get on the table and practice at least. Get some. And Josh Bellin. Josh was awesome. He was at the Colorado thing. He pulled the tournament, and we got to talking for a while. Super cool dude. I had such a great time, man, getting to know Mike Ford, getting to know Reichard Bornman, with Philip Larson, all those guys. I love new blood coming in, and when they're good people, when they're good dudes. And so we just got to chop it up. I hung out with Mike Ford and Reichard like the whole time. It was
I feel like Reichard is kind of like the number one for how young he is, like up and coming right now. Yeah. I don't really know anyone else who's that young and that good.
He's amazing. For how long he's been in the sport, how strong he is, and he's I'm gonna call him a kid. He's a great kid. And we went out to like different places like Chick-fil-A and all that stuff, and he's just real. He can be real mature. He can act like a kid sometimes and say some kid shit, but in general, really mature. He's very competitive. Like, he has a good head on his shoulders for being professional and training like he should, and being really strict with this, you know. And I think he's gonna reach crazy heights for sure, being as strong as he is already. So
at the Chicago event, that's when I first met him in person. And I didn't really know too much about him, but I kind of bumped into him by mistake, or like he bumped into me or whatever, and I just like looked up and was like, this is a big dude.
Morozov shoulder checked me at that event. I was standing there and I was talking to like Bill Collins or something, and then he like walks by and like hits me with his shoulder, and then like I kind of turn around and I just see he is intimidating in person. He's massive.
You
He's
should have asked him.
so
So
big.
what's up, man?
Yeah, you
Yo,
got
Yeah, you got a problem? He
problems?
doesn't really speak English, but I mean, he would get it. He'd get it.
Yeah, he's one of the last people I'd want to pick a fight with there.
Yeah, I think a video just came out of him. I didn't watch the whole video, but I saw clips. Is Schoolboy and did you guys see the Schoolboy Morzov practice?
Yeah.
I watched that.
Okay, I just saw little highlight clips. I didn't watch the whole thing, but in the clips, it looks like Morzov and Schoolboy are like,
I know
no way.
Schoolboy was like holding it lefty too. I know Morzov's left was hurt,
Yeah.
but like he was like almost the
No,
number
his right's
one.
hurt. His right's
No,
and,
he hurt
his
his
right
left
and
against
left are hurt.
Vitaly. He hurt his
Both
left
arms
against
are hurt.
Vitaly.
Okay,
But yeah,
That was a
Schoolboy
while ago,
looked
though.
really good. He was holding.
I mean,
Like I know
Schoolboy's
it's
great, but you
practice.
think
But
he's at Morzov level?
No.
Oh, no way,
No.
right?
no, but
He's not
it's
that
just
good at hand.
practice. But he was holding him. He was like it was a good match. Like they were going back and forth. Morzov was hitting, and Schoolboy was catching him lefty. I was very impressed.
Maybe while Morzov's healing, he's just kind of not training, just kind of letting everything go for a little bit.
He does. He does look a little less freaky. He's probably off cycle right now.
Cycle. What do you mean?
Yeah,
He's
right.
like what 24, right?
Yeah, I think so. He's
like-
young. I don't know.
He's. I'm 21, so he's like a little older than me, but I can't believe that he's within a couple of years of me.
I'm older than him
just
probably.
That's insane to me.
Dude, he's a unit for sure. I think
he's a unit, but he's killing himself. Like
unpopular opinion. I think that the person that will best pose a threat to Levon, if they got strong enough, would be like stylistically would be Morzov. I think someone that challenges him center table with more conventional strengths and is willing to go into a hook and show his bicep and turn his shoulder in, all those things. I think that's if they can get strong enough, the guy that would first be able to upset Levon. So I'm excited for if and when Morzov takes a real run. I don't know, if he decides to get even freakier and see how that looks. So I think that because you got to think like what stopped Levon with Hermes and Levon when he got those stops. Like it was just wrist kick back with his shoulder commitment, bicep and arm strength. You have to be able to put the brakes on Levon early and have heavy brakes to put from center table to over there. And if you're down to get wild with it and he's really get stupid, then I think that you can get stops and maybe beat Levon. And I think it's someone that's going to try to control center, not try to exploit Levon's hand. That's not going to work. No. I think you have to go towards him with hand control. And there's not a lot of guys on that list that are down for that or that can do that.
Yeah. Here's the problem with that though is who do you think Levon will be able to last long enough that like it'll get to that point? Because like right now from last I heard, Levon has like I'm pretty sure a kid on the way and he's like taking a break for at least like a year until maybe like the
kid on the way. Well, if he's taking half of it as much as everybody assumes, then he couldn't have a kid.
I don't know. It could be wrong. I did hear something like that.
I even heard 2 years, like a 2-year hiatus, because like no one is close enough to him.
But like, how long can he stay at this level? Like,
yeah, but we're all just assuming, right? We're assuming everything that he's taking and everything he's doing. No one really knows, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's thinking about that is just like a waste of time. We have no idea. We'll see. You know, maybe he'll be here for 10 more years arm wrestling like this, or maybe next year. I don't know, right? He might just be someone born, you know, like Dennis Smykov was born with acromegaly or whatever it's called, you know, where he has thicker joints. Like there's pictures of him at like 16 with that, right? And then he got big. I'm not saying he did it natural. I have no idea. But then he got really big after that on top of that, though. So maybe Levon has something before he took anything where he, you know, was destined to be crazy big and freakish, and he's not taking as much as we think, or I don't know. But that's why I play by ear. You can't kind of depend on that's it. His cycle, you know, he's almost ran his course. He's gonna be out here next year.
Do you want to see 300-pound Devin versus Levon again? Well, not again. It'll be the first time for 300-pound Devin, but third time.
I do.
I thought last time he pulled wasn't it? I thought Devin hit 300. Wasn't he like
He was-
at
No, he
300?
was 270.
He was, yeah, for the second rematch, he was only 270.
Yeah.
Not. I want to see Devin arm wrestling very different before I'd be excited about him pulling Levon.
Yeah.
I still, no matter how strong Devin gets now, how many people are using two arms, no matter if he gets 300 pounds, you can't catch a freight train, in my opinion, 2 inches above the pad. It's not going to happen. You have to start putting the brakes on a train center table. If I don't see him really focusing on center table control and pressure in all his matches, no Kings move, not even close to it. Just everything here, and then still have the Kings move. Don't get me wrong. Try to hit that hard stop near the end. But if I see him like immediately default to that against Levon, I'm like, dude, it's just not. You're not going to stop that amount of force. And in my opinion, for a long time with that style, I would need to see Devin putting brakes on him from center all the way over there to stop him. Right, and I don't know. So until I see him like really focusing on and owning center table, which he's done a lot better. He's done a lot better. He's been getting better at it, but like I still don't think it's his primary thing, just controlling center yet. I still think when someone threatens him, he gets a little bit scared, like he defaults right back to that, right? So I don't know. That's what would make me more excited about that match is seeing Devin control center on like 3 or 4 matches before he pulls the ball.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is like the only person who can really touch Devin right now that it seems is maybe Vitaly. So like if he smokes Vitaly next year, like the hype for Vitaly and Levon would be gone, and then Devin's really the only guy because he already beat Hermes. Like I guess he could do a rematch with Hermes again. Like there's not that many matches that those like top 3-4 guys can do at that point.
Well, Levon is just so far ahead of the pack. So
Yeah.
like and so there's not much. And it's weird when I hear people tell me that Levon should be arm wrestling like 5 times a year like Devin. I'm like, who's he gonna like? No one wants to arm wrestle him like that much, and like who's he gonna arm wrestle? And people aren't gonna be interested in watching it. There needs to be a buildup. There needs to be a year or 2-year buildup where people really start believing. I think this next guy has a chance against Levon.
Yeah,
that has to happen, right? We have to kind of forget about Levon in our head a little bit, and not see much out of him. Maybe he's been getting weaker, and then that builds the hype for the match, right?
Yeah.
Like type of thing. But I think that there's a big gap between anybody and Levon. I think that might be a sizable gap between third and second as well, right?
Yeah.
So maybe if Devin wants to, that's what puts Devin in a weird spot because I think he is, and he's told me, I think he's like 3 to 4 years away from Levon. If he stayed consistent, got stronger and stronger and bigger. That's from Devin's mouth. Okay, so he's second though, and there's no one testing him. So does he sit there for 3 or 4 years not taking matches? Does he just do for funsies matches and not call it Levon? Or does Devin lose weight, go back down to 115, start playing around a little more? Have fun when he's lighter and take matches when he's lighter. And then it's more interesting, like can 115 kg Devin beat so-and-so or this and that, right? And can he beat – I want to see a 115 match with Dave Chafee and Devin. I would watch it. I'm not saying the most interesting thing, but Dave looks good. He looks really strong and really good. And Devin at 115, I want to see him at the same weight. That would be kind of interesting a little bit to me. And we haven't seen that match in a little while. But yeah, I mean, I think that in terms of Devin having matches and keeping his name in the limelight, I would like to see him at 115 personally. I like watching him over there. But then he kind of loses his pursuit of Levon. So I don't know if he'll give that up. But I don't see it makes me laugh because anybody that's watched Devin or knows Devin, if he's still a super heavyweight right now, then he wants to beat Levon. His goal is always to be number one. He's not okay not being number one. So whether he's talking about Levon or not, or publicly was, no, not Levon, why are you still super heavyweight? Because the fact that he's there means he plans to go for number one. Or he would just cut down to 115 and just dominate 115, right? So, the fact that he's staying super heavyweight should be obvious to everybody that he eventually wants to go after Levon again.
Well, Andy's doing the left-hand climb as well at the same time, a little bit.
That's a little funsies side trip, I think. I don't think he's doing it, but I don't think it's a focus of his. I don't think he would put this much work into staying big for left hand.
True, yeah.
So. But someone said Zarenov. That would be Georgi Zarenov is amazing, and he's big. He has a big frame. If he got just even freakier, that could be a guy that could pose a real problem with Levon, stylistically.
Yeah.
He also mentioned Michael Todd. I don't think Michael Todd is really a top challenger for Levon, but what do you think Michael Todd should do next? I feel like Michael Todd's kind of been stuck in the same little area for a while now. Like, what should he do,
I
in your opinion?
I'm a big believer in Mike. So I think that I haven't talked to him in a while. I need to go back out there and touch base with Mike, get on the table with him, see where his head's at, what he's focusing on. But like Mike originally, before Mike had a King's move, he was all shoulder in, right? He was hardcore presser and like would get in the craziest angles and just press through everything. And that's how his elbow probably got so jacked up and stuff over the years.
Yeah.
Then becomes King's mover. Now he lost his range of motion, so his arm couldn't come in, so he couldn't get his shoulder behind it very well. So he had to try to press from out here, which is really hard, right? So the press kind of left, and then it was just the King's move for a long time. But then he got that surgery, and then he gained a lot of his range of motion back. He could get tight again recently, or like last year, or year and a half ago, or whatever it was. And so I've been really excited about the prospect of Mike being able to get tight again and get his shoulder behind the press. And I think that could open up a ton of doors for him. So, but he's had that surgery a while ago, and he's been healing from it. So I need to talk to him and see kind of where he's at, because if Mike has both those threats, like what's the issue right now? Because it looks like he's still defaulting back to a King's move all the time in his matches recently. I don't know why the press isn't coming out nearly as much. Does he not have confidence in it? Does he have an injury, or what's going on? Because I feel like if Mike has both those things tip-top shape, like he should be a way bigger threat. And but he's still training. Obviously, Mike never stopped. He's a workhorse in the gym every day, a couple times a day. So I really want to touch base with Mike and see where he's at, because if he has both those aces, if he can use them all the way, then he should be a threat to anybody for sure.
Yeah. Well, the problem with his King's move in the past couple of years has been like he just loses his hands so much in it. Like he's losing his height. Like he's fighting from such a disadvantage. Like he's doing a King's move like this half the time, it seems like. Yeah. It's like, where did it go that his like unbeatable pronation and rise? Like that's kind of been gone. I think that was because of injury, it sounded like, but like that's been gone for a while.
Yeah, it seems like he really does depend on his arm to do all of it, like his elbow not opening up, do like all the work. And I think he might get overloaded a little bit. And I think Devin prioritizes like the rising and the pronation more. Still, the arm doesn't open, but he's prioritizing hand and wrist work more in his King's move. Makes sense.
Yeah, he did look pretty impressive against Vitali and Hermes. A lot of people just thought those guys were going to completely run through him. He did look pretty impressive. He still lost both of those matches, but he looked good. Like you can tell, he seems to be better than everyone 5 through 10, but like everyone in the top 4, except Jerry. I would like to see him and Jerry go at it. I know that's a North America match, but that has not happened for a while.
It's like traditionally, I mean, it's been, like I said, the 4 horsemen, but it's like it's Devin and Michael, and then Jerry and Dave, and then usually a sizable gap, and then Corey kind of nestled into that spot, and maybe Wallace should be there. I think I should also be there in that 5th, 6th, 7th, that one. I think that's, I guess, and then there's a step after that, right? So like, I think you got to conquer the first spot before you make a run at the 4 horsemen. But Dave's kind of gone light on us, so maybe it's the 3 now, 3 horsemen.
Dave did look really, really good.
Dude, it's crazy. I said it, and then I heard other people saying it too. He looked bigger and smaller at the same time.
Yeah, it was so shredded. He was so shredded.
Yeah.
So shredded.
Dude, Dave could do a bodybuilding show. That was wild.
So I know you mentioned a few times being involved with East vs. West for a while, being involved with Engen for a while. What's your opinion on all of the stuff that's happened recently? Engen leaving East vs. West. Do you think that's going to hurt the sport or help it? What's your opinion on everything that happened with that?
Yeah, I think it's a negative thing. The fact that everybody can't play along it's normal. That's life. That's people's personalities, and people clash. But I feel like with the positive aspects of everybody's abilities that was in that camp, right, of East versus West, like with Robert, having the business mindset, with Dexter understanding like how to bring in crowds and what promotes businesses, with Engen having all his connections and networking and being able to set up matches, and just having the respect of every arm wrestler on the planet in terms of as an arm wrestler. I think that's like the perfect storm, right? And then with Devin being involved and helping promote it, like what else do you need? And you have Levon there. That cannot be a losing recipe. That is a winning, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the fact that it couldn't just make it work right together is frustrating. I think we all lost out on that, right? I think
Yeah.
everybody in the arm wrestling community loses out on that not working together. But I'm friends with everybody I just named. I think they're all great. I have a ton of love for Engen, right? That was my buddy. He's shown me, given me opportunities and shown me love in times where, you know, I was still trying to come up and make a name, and he's always been super nice and respectful to me. So I have nothing negative to say about any of them, but I wish they could have made it work. And hopefully Engen he gets real stressed out, which is one of the reasons that, you know, Robert wanted to get involved in the first place, to help Engen out. And so I hope Engen is being healthy and not stressing. I hope his blood pressure is down. I hope he's having, you know, chill time. I don't know anything about finances, but hopefully he made some money off the selling East vs. West, and he's good. And but I hope he stays around the sport in some fashion. And yeah, if they could find a way to come back together, you know, without butting heads, that would be awesome. It's like, you know, seeing your favorite band and then your favorite band like breaking up. You're like, oh, dude, like, no, like, yeah, he's good solo and they can do other stuff, but when they were together, that was like the magic. That was the dream team, you know, type of thing. That's how I see it. So.
I like what you said, how like Dexter could do the business, or Robert could do the business, Dexter could do that, and could do that. I wish they could all just like have stayed in their like respective areas instead of trying to like cross over. The other thing is like, why didn't they do this stuff behind closed doors?
Yeah,
that's the part.
You're the only person I've heard say that. I've been asking that lately. I'm like, dude, what other person is like that? I don't like that. I don't like that everything's being like literally. The owners are doing YouTube videos about the drama and like telling her, like,
they're communicating. That's literally how they're communicating. It's the YouTube videos.
It blew my mind. I'm like, this is making arm wrestling look so bad. And then you see Brian Shaw do this professional thing, and I'm like, dude, Brian's probably like, what are these guys doing?
Imagine the commissioner of like the NBA has his own YouTube channel, and he just starts putting out like everybody's business and like everything that's happening. And we paid this guy $12 million yesterday. Can you believe he said this, chat? And he's like, I do. That would be the craziest thing I've ever heard of. So that part's kind of wild to me a little bit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like they're gonna start making Reddit posts or something next. Like what's?
Well, they have been doing that, but
yeah,
they
did.
It was a few months ago. It was at like the Atlantic City King of the Table, and we were doing an interview with like David Lade and Auden, and we were asking the question like, how do we bring arm wrestling to the next level? How can we like make it grow? And then it's like, that's part of the reason. It's like Brian Shaw was talking about how he was getting involved with East vs. West and doing the collaboration, and he put this video out on YouTube, and I'm so embarrassed. He was just saying, he's like, yeah, I wasn't getting any responses, and then I'm seeing all this drama, and like Brian is such a professional, like he's famous, he has such a, and like where we as the arm wrestling community are kind of failing him. So it's I'm very disappointed that this all happened. I think it's a growing opportunity, and I think we can get better. But yeah, I just think airing dirty laundry out there is not the best.
Okay, so think about this. I think this is the biggest question, right? So has airing all of it helped or hurt the league and or the sport in terms of like views or money? Or is it helping them or growing or hurting them? Like, are more people turned off by them airing all the drama out, or does it make them want to tune in more? I feel like it hurts more. I feel like it makes people over it, makes people over one person in the situation or whatever. And like, oh, I'm never watching that again. Like bring everybody in all the drama, making them choose sides on everything that's happening. Yeah, I think you're just cutting people away in the end. I don't think it's a good idea. Personally, I don't know.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree.
There's a big divide. Like GVW, it's like all the people supporting that are like, oh, we're not going to support East vs. West. And then the East vs. West people are like, I'm not buying that pay-per-view because I'm not supporting them. And whether Engen is involved with that or not, it's just like, because Roman's involved and he was involved with Engen. So then all the East vs. West people, supporters are like, oh, I'm not going to buy that. So there's just this divide. And
if none of that happened, nobody would have any idea who Roman is in that sense. Who Roman is, and like everybody would just be, oh, cool, another promotion, and just like it wouldn't be that big of a deal, and everybody could just get all their views, and they're both everybody could eat, and I don't know, dude, it's frustrating.
Yeah, because I watched all the videos. Like I watched Engen's videos, I watched Devin's videos, I watched Robert Baxter's videos, and I was still confused. I was like, who's lying here? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, they all feel like they're attacking each other publicly. Like everybody, oh, you're trying to speak on my name, you're trying to hurt my image. Allow me to retort publicly. Okay, now I'm going to retort publicly, and it's just like it keeps me in that thing. Like, can we just stop and just start messaging each other, or
Yeah.
just something like that, or have lawyers talk to each other. I don't know, but just stop doing this, whatever this
Yeah.
is. Like,
Yeah, the miscommunication and then the whole domain thing, like none of these guys knew what they were talking about for the domain stuff. Like they were like making Facebook posts about it. I'm like, dude, you guys don't even know. Me and my brother, we work in IT and we just
Everyone on
support.
Reddit was an expert that day. They were all domain ownership experts. I
yeah.
I saw all these long comments. Everyone on Reddit is an expert.
I it's been a mess. The whole thing's been a mess, but either way, I hope GVW does well. I hope East vs. West does well. I hope Brian, if he sticks to East vs. West or does his own thing, I hope that does well. I think it's important that in my eyes, so the goal for Western arm wrestling, Western pop culture, West runs pop culture for the most part, right? Like that's what we're known for in the world, right? And I think that if we get arm wrestling to a suitable level, the goal is for some kid to, when he's trying to choose a sport, he's 10 years old and he needs to see arm wrestling. See arm wrestling, the top guys look awesome. Hopefully they look great. They're making a ton of money. They have the cool cars. They have, nice channels and stuff. And that kid wants to become an arm wrestler. And we need that to happen often. Over the NFL, over the NBA, they choose arm wrestling. And then he has clear-cut steps on how to get there, right? There's classes and this and that, and there's communities that are into it, and that's the goal. And eventually start getting kids getting into it. And that's how, one, United States starts cranking out better arm wrestlers, or West starts cranking out better arm wrestlers. And then, but that's how the sport grows. So anything that aligns with that view is what I'm a big believer in, right? So I want Devin and Levon to make $3 million, $100 million per match. Great. More they make, the better it is for it trickles down, at least the image, right? And that's what's important. We want people to be like, oh, dude, yes, I can make the NFL, but I want to do that. Dude, that guy just made $100 million on this. Like, that's what we should want, right? Is those guys to kill it. And so anything that makes that happen, I'm all in for sure.
Yeah, kind of what you said. Greg from Eastside Arm Wrestling, he was saying that like we need to get arm wrestling in the schools. Kind of like what you were saying. Like if we can do that, then we'll get all of that stuff like easily. Like more people will be interested. And then Rob Vincent Jr., he was like the first big guy that we did arm wrestling with because he's like 20 minutes from us. We've known him for a while. I was talking to him and he was like, because his daughter, she got that video that had like 100 million views. It was like 10-year-old girl beats this kid.
Right.
I was offering like, oh, does she want to maybe do a match? We could probably set her up with something. He was like, listen, she's doing D1 volleyball and she's gonna get her college paid for. Arm wrestling is gonna do nothing for her right now. And it's like, I was like, I get it. Totally understand. Makes sense. Like, arm wrestling isn't gonna get you paid for college. It's not gonna like at this point help your career. It's a hobby for the most part, for America at least.
And that means a lot. Like that the fact that it's a hobby in the United States, it translates into a lot in terms of how good the general arm wrestler in the United States is, and like, because you got to think, like, a lot of the Europeans train very serious for this because they see it as their job, right? They can get paid from the government, but even if they don't, the cost of living is so much lower that if they make 20 grand on a match, that means a lot more than it does over here, right? Because it's so expensive over here. So like when they wake up, they train professional, and they table time practice is like, it's not anything like an American practice. Practice over there is like calculated and working on things a lot of the times, not everywhere, but most places. And they'll lift like every day, get on the table, going 10% at night and stuff like that. If I had my arm wrestling team and I told them, hey guys, so listen, we're not actually going to be arm wrestling anymore on Sundays. We're going to lift weights and then we'll just kind of go some instructional stuff, but you're not actually going to be arm wrestling. But once every like couple months, maybe you actually arm wrestle. They're all going to be like, no. Like in all the United States, everybody wants to have a beer, show up. It's a hobby, get away from their wife and kids for a little bit, chill out, relax from work, go at it with the boys, and then go home. Probably no gym the rest of the week for the most part, right? And it's a hobby. It's a fun little thing. But that it shows it in so many ways, right? And it manifests itself in a lot of ways. And so I think that changing that is going to be a big deal for the United States, for West.
Yeah.
I met one of the guys on the Kazakh national team. His name is Rakat, and I was talking to him, and he told me like, I was training with the Kazakh national team. We had an actual training camp. All of us were together. Our food was all paid for. And I asked him, I was like, so what's the salary there in comparison to the US? And he's like, we were getting a middle class salary. Dude, middle class salary for my area, Massachusetts, like let's say that's 70K. Dude, I would train my butt off. I would not do anything else. I'd be training 5 times a day. I would be cooking. I would be making the best foods possible. Like, I wish I could do that. I'd
Right.
do that in a heartbeat. Like, I really wish that could happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're killing it in Kazakhstan. Have you seen like the videos of they have like oceans of children, everybody training like that?
Yeah.
Dude, they're doing it right for sure. And he gets parades when what's his name? Oh, gosh,
Angarbayev?
Angerbayev. When Angerbayev comes home, dude, he has parades. They gave him like a apartment, like he gets ridden around on a horse and like a king and stuff. Like, dude, it's wild. I don't even get an article in the newspaper, man. When I go to crazy.
It's the same thing with Georgia. Like when Irakli and Levon come back, there's all these people. It's like when you come back or Todzilla comes back, like no one's gonna be at the airport. Like it's just not happening.
It's so sad.
Have you gotten recognized like by a complete stranger, just like at a store before for arm wrestling?
Yeah. I would probably say total, it's probably happened 30 times in my life. I got recognized one time. I was in Dubai, right?
Really?
I was at an airport and a security guard. I have my bag and I'm with the with ETN, my teammate, the arm wrestling whisperer. He's with me, and we were going out there for the table. And a security guard walks up and he goes, Derek Smith, just says it. I'm getting my luggage off the rack, and I was like, yeah. And he goes, I watch your channel, man. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I thought I was about to get arrested. It was security, and I was like, oh wow. He goes, yeah. He's like, can I get a photo? I was like, yeah, for sure, man. And he didn't even notice Whisperer next to me. He goes, a way better following than me. And so we got a picture of him. You know him too? He goes, oh, I think I've seen his videos. Yeah, can I get a picture of you too? But
he didn't have the sunglasses on.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I'll never forget that. But yeah, it's happened a few times. My daughter was with me one time at a Barnes and Noble and started recognizing me, and I was like, hey, and my daughter's like, Dad, you're the coolest. Like, I know. Maybe I said that I'm the coolest. I forget if she said it or not.
Yeah.
Happens every once in a while.
Here's a funny little thing. So you're still a mod for the arm wrestling subreddit, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I asked the question in the arm wrestling subreddit and then arm wrestling uncensored. Do you ever go in that subreddit at all? The uncensored one?
No.
So that was made like as a rebellion to r/. But I posted like, hey, got any questions for Derek Smith? And I gotta say, I can't say any of them on this live stream.
I can't imagine, dude.
They do not like you in the arm wrestling uncensored subreddit.
I haven't even looked at the subreddit, the r/arm wrestling subreddit in probably 2 months.
Yeah,
I haven't even
turn. It took a really bad turn, even the main one.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, people are so ignorant on there, and the things they say just it irks so much. And so it's either like, and the thing is, we don't mod, super biasly. Like the only other active moderator on there right now is I haven't been on there so long. Minhale, yeah. And so because Ryan was on there for a while, he hasn't been active. My buddy Phil was on there, he hasn't really been active. They've all have mod powers, but Minhale never stops. That guy doesn't sleep, man. He sleeps and breathes arm wrestling. So part of me's thinking about just giving it to Minhale. But the original creator of it is a buddy of mine, someone I know, and he made it like a hometown friend of mine, outside of not an arm wrestler at all. Just he heard I was into arm wrestling, and he was really into Reddit, and so he just randomly made r/arm wrestling, just made it. And then like 4 years later, he's like, hey, a long time ago you told me arm wrestling, I made this subreddit. He knows nothing about arm wrestling at all. He's just a local friend of mine. And so he's like, you want that? And so he made me the head mod for it or whatever, gave me all the powers. And I haven't even talked to him in a while. But yeah, I was thinking about give all powers to Minhale and just kind of, I'm so burnt out on it, man. It's just nothing but a plague, a negative. I mean, I love the idea. The reason I kept it around, right? I was getting messages from everybody to Derek, this is a cesspool of disgustingness. Like, get rid of this, burn it, like tear it down. But the thing I liked about it is that I liked the anonymity of it.
Yeah.
It's gross, and the things they say are gross. But if you really want a true feeling of what the community or people, at least the community of people that watch arm wrestling, are thinking about said thing or this person, yeah, you're going to find out, because Sniper Bob 222 is about to say everything he thinks about you. And
Yeah.
it's if you can handle it or if you can't, doesn't matter. You're going to get people's real inner thoughts on what's going on.
Yeah.
And so you get a feel for like how people are viewing the East versus West drama, or how people are viewing Devin or this and that, right? And so I would hope that Devin, if he could handle it, would be interested in wondering like, or how he's steering his social media, is this and that, and like kind of get a feel for it. So that's the reason I kept it around. But everybody's like, I've had a lot of requests to burn it to the ground.
I mean,
Definitely.
we post our videos in there sometimes, and like we genuinely get some good feedback. Like, I don't think we're hated yet. I mean, it'll probably happen. We have one person who does a hate comment on every single one of our videos. It's the same person. He just like always says, "Are you guys gay?" or like, do you two brothers kiss each other because we're brothers?" Like, he just leaves a comment like that on every single one. Besides that, like, we're pretty chill.
I forget what started it. Oh, my biggest downfall, because like I've always been super cool with everybody, especially in real life with people I do videos with or talk to. I've always been super chill, and it took me a while to really track down when things started going sideways for me, and I was like, what? So there was no like big thing that happened that I did where all of a sudden I was like, I made a bunch of hate. It was Ryan Bowen saying that Derek's gonna be the next Levon. When he started that, that's what cued Derek hate. Because before that, I never had a problem. But the moment he started saying Derek's the next Levon, then people were like, no, you're wrong. And people started looking for problems with me, ways to prove how I'm not the next Levon.
Yeah.
That's what started that look. And I was like, oh, here we go. And that's what started everything, dude. And I never even said any of it. There's never any quotes of me being like super cocky or saying stuff like that. It just, Ryan got that started. And and then all of a sudden I started getting a bunch of hate. And then as a moderator, I'm like, oh, these guys are blowing me up. Hold on, bro. You're not gonna make 10 posts calling me this and that, or get rid of you. It's breaking the rules. And then people start getting mad at me. Derek's banning people. Yeah, for sure. You broke the rules. See ya. Bye. So I don't know. I don't really care. It's just a r/armwrestling.
Yeah, I feel like half of the subreddit is good. It's like sharing training, discussing matches. Like I think there is some positive stuff, but yeah, it just seems like the dumbest people are on Reddit. Like, oh my gosh. And like you add the anonymity factor, and it's like, okay, I have no ramifications for just saying whatever I want. So I'm just gonna like say the worst stuff. Like I even see Mrs. Michael Todd on there, and she'll be like defending Michael sometimes, and I'm just like, get out of here! Like you don't belong here.
No,
like,
no, please,
you're
no.
way too good for this place. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised that I never got. There was a few times I would get messages about a couple things like, "Hey, can you get this off Reddit?" But in general, people think like it's funny because I get accused of being hardcore in Engen's camp, and then I'll get in the same time accused of being hardcore Devin camp, and like I just get accused of being all over the place. I'm friends with everybody, all the whole. I have no camp. I'm not defending one, but like there's times where I think Engen was being unfairly attacked. So I made videos defending Engen. Same thing if I think Devin's being unfairly attacked, to make a video defending Devin. It's not a big deal. Engen didn't message me and ask me to do it. Like I get accused, all this other stuff. People are conspiracy theorists. They think the weirdest stuff. But every once in a while, there's been people who have gone way over the top on Reddit, like going after people's kids and stuff like that, or like it's too much. And then if I ban them, they get all mad at me, and then here comes more hate comments and make other subreddits just to talk crap about me. I don't know. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah. The thing that bothered me the most was like people like some people dislike Engen and whatever. But then someone started attacking someone who's local to us, Joshua Grant. He's like one of the coaches for the local.
I know Josh. Yeah, I know Josh.
Yeah, and he's an amazing puller. Like he's a WAF world champion. He's good friends, and people are just hating on him in the subreddit, like saying ridiculous stuff. And I'm just like, is this serious? Because like I don't know Engen personally. Like I don't know some of these other people that are getting extreme hate, but like I know Josh like so personally. Like I see him all the time. I'm gonna see him tomorrow. I'm gonna ref with him tomorrow. And just like I saw that, I'm like, you guys don't even know who this guy is, and you're just like saying the worst stuff about him. Like really,
they have no idea. They have no idea. They just spout stuff. But anyway, so I've been training really good lately. The last like 5 or 6 months, I've been on point training at my match, and a big part of it is just like I've been cutting out like all negativity in my life, trying my best. And anybody that's like not aligning with what I'm trying to do, or like just making that's either neutral or make me feel good, like I've been cutting them out. So I haven't looked at Reddit in a while. I'm just like, I'm not gonna look for a while. I haven't read comments on really anything. I've done my live streams, but yeah, everybody in my live stream is pretty cool, and I have moderators that just cut people out there saying stupid crap. And so yeah, I even like on Instagram, people I've banned or blocked a ton of people, like real life people I know. Anybody that's just like, I'm just not doing it. I'm staying happy and positive, and I'm moving forward. I'm not dealing with any of this crap right now. I'm in that phase. So
when I first started arm wrestling, I joined the Discord, and I would watch your live streams. I sent you a text about that. And you were always just really positive, like always good vibes. Like that's always been kind of your thing. So I appreciate that you still are trying to keep that up.
It's important, man. I don't want this. I want to love this. I want to love this sport. I want to love everybody in it. I want to enjoy everywhere I go. I hate knowing I'm going somewhere, getting a call and just stressing. I don't want to see that guy. I don't want to see that guy. I don't want to deal with that guy's bullcrap. I hate that. I want to just go back to enjoying the whole process and enjoying the whole sport in all its facets. So that's always my goal. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to keep you too long, but I just have one more question, a little bit different. What's some like arm wrestling content that you want to see? Because like we've been trying to do some stuff. I've arm wrestled with cops, arm wrestling strangers at the beach. Like, can you beat this nerd at arm wrestling? What's some content that you as a fan would want to see?
Okay, so as a content I think would be popular, or content that I personally would
want to see as like an arm wrestling fan.
Well, I don't. This is more as an arm wrestler. I would like to see a lot more content on arm wrestling safety. So
we posted a video on that today.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in the damage an arm break video does. In what it's wildfire, and people don't understand. I think they very casually, that's shock value. Share, send to 20 people I know, like check this out. And then this guy's never going to want to arm wrestle or never seek it out. Everybody you send it to never will. And everybody they talk to for the rest of their life after watching that video, if they hear the word arm wrestling, oh no, I watched this video back in time, this guy's snapping and stuff. Don't do that. Don't. And it's literally one video is just wildfire, just spreading like negativity. And don't ever arm wrestle. Don't ever look at arm wrestling. Don't ever, it's even like give it a fair go. And people are like, I've gone into crazy arguments of people that sharing it. Every time anybody shares with me, I light them up. Like, why are you sending this to me? Why would I want to watch it? I understand how an arm break happens, and how and everything about it. But like, why are you sharing this with people, man? It does nothing but damage. There's not a single positive thing that comes about it. Well, it goes over, how it could get hurt. Okay, how about without sharing that video, you just make positive videos about how safety works in arm wrestling, how to make sure you don't break your arm. You don't have to actually show it and scare the dog shit out of everybody that sees it. You could just talk about it and explain. So I would like to see a lot more content being public. I want to see Devin. I want to see the biggest names, guys with the most reach, putting out pure safety videos. How to not break your arm. Make it a 4 minute video and just sharing safety and safe arm wrestling and how to teach safety and how to like really understand what's going on, so people aren't afraid of our sport. It's so our sport can grow. Because I think that's a major hindrance in our sport for sure. So I know that's not like popular, probably wouldn't get a million bajillion views, but I would love to see that content. I would love to see that more often for sure. But a lot of the other stuff's been done. Go arm wrestle people at the beach, go this and that. I don't know. I guess kind of what I would do is try to get famous people into the sport. So, get Brian or Larry or guys like that. I like that. I like seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
Because anybody that's going to help bring more eyes to the sport, I think is good. So
for sure.
Sorry that I don't know if that answers your question. I'm kind of
no, definitely. We actually just posted a video today, how to not break your arm.
That's the title. That's the literal title.
Dude, yeah, all that stuff needs to be shared so much. Everybody in the world needs to know. Yes, you can break your arm, but it's very easy to not break your arm. That's the first thing I say to people I'm training. It's so easy to break your arm, but it's so easy to not break your arm at the same time. Like just a couple things and you'll be good.
Yeah. People keep saying to me, they're like, "Aren't you gonna snap my wrist?" I'm like, dude, what's gonna happen? Like your wrist goes like this. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "What about my forearm? My forearm's gonna snap." I'm like, dude, your forearm's not.
They have no idea what's happening. No idea. A random person walking the street, you say, where's an arm break in arm wrestling? They'll be like, here. I don't know. They have no idea what's going on internally. So I love teaching people about it.
Oh yeah. But thanks so much for joining. This has been awesome. This has been awesome. Do you have any final thing you want to say to the arm wrestling community?
Let's see. If you guys are trying to stay up to date with what I'm doing, I'm most active on Instagram above anything else, which is everything I do is AW Derek, like YouTube, all that stuff's AW Derek. So if you want to see more of my stuff, that's where you'd find me. My next match is December 7th against Tom Nelson at the Kringle Pole, put on by
Travis.
Get Cracked. I think
Get
is
cracked.
his
Yeah.
is his promotion. So I think they have a YouTube channel and things like that. But Travis Provencher and Kane Fontecchio putting it on the tournament. And that's the next time you'll see me arm wrestle. I think that's about it, man. I appreciate you guys having me on here. Yeah, hopefully everybody that's watching is subscribed to their channel and watches all the videos. I promote this. But yeah, and I'm still trying to go live on Wednesdays at 4:30. I just sometimes don't on my YouTube channel. I don't know what to talk about. And I don't ever want to put on just a bull crap show, just sit there and just I don't like that. So if I can't think of something popular to talk about or something interesting, then I just don't go live. So I don't know. Which is horrible. We're supposed to be consistent, blah, 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 all the things. I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like wasting my time or other people's time if I'm not going to be entertaining. So
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I can think of saying. Shout out to my team, Alpha Empire, my favorite team in the world.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys having me on here. And yeah. If you guys need anything from me ever, let me know. And anybody that has any questions in the chat ever, I'm very accessible. Shoot me a message.
Yeah, I'll keep in touch with you. Keep messaging you. We'll try to set you up with something for sure. Keep you in the loop. And if we're ever in California or if you're ever in New England area, just let us know.
Oh, for sure, man. Will do.
Hey, thanks so much.
See you later.
See you guys.
Later.